This instructional video will help you learn and master each movement before advancing to the follow-along version. Pause and rewind often, and move on only when you feel confident.
Hello, welcome to week 1 of Primal 7's Lower Back Sciatic Nerve series. I'm Jenna Ellis, physical therapist for Primal 7. The purpose of this series is to improve spinal mobility, reduce tension on the sciatic nerve, re-educate muscles surrounding the lower back, core muscles, and hips to engage properly, and finally, putting this all together to work on achieving full range of motion of the spine with proper movement mechanics. In this video, we will use 7 exercises to improve strength, flexibility, and reduce tension on the sciatic nerve. Our training format is timed holds, and our focus is on finding initial movement ranges and holding them with good alignment. Our band will be set at mid-shin, the rings will be locked, and the safety covers for the band release levers will be pulled all the way up. The purpose of preparation is first to do a quick alignment check and to practice stacking all the joints of our body in proper alignment for efficient movement. Second, to increase range of motion in all the areas that we train. And finally, to increase circulation so that our body is warm and ready to move. In this sequence, we will use the T-spine twist to open up our chest and create space in our upper and middle back. Second, our back bends to increase spinal extension and to reduce tension on the sciatic nerve. And finally, the hamstring stretch to create flexibility and space in the back of our legs. We will first start with the T-spine twist for a 10-second hold on each side. To set up for the T-spine twist, you'll come into the band and place the band right underneath your shoulders. Come into your primal lean, which is your diagonal line that matches up your ear, shoulder, hips, knees, and ankles all in one line. From here, gently place your hands on green. Then you'll sweep your right arm out to the side about the height of your shoulder. Make sure you're squeezing your shoulder blades together as you move your arm out to the side. We'll do a 10-second hold on the right, and then we'll switch to a 10-second hold on the left. While you're performing these reps, make sure your eyes are focused on the anchors and your hips aren't sagging. Your butt needs to stay squeezed tight so you stay in your nice diagonal line. After you're done with your left side, you'll stay in this position and you're already set up for your back bend. To set up for your back bend, you'll place the band underneath your shoulders. From here, you'll come into your ears to ankles alignment, keeping your abs nice and tight and your butt squeezed. Then your arms will go straight and you'll lift all the way up until your biceps are just to the outsides of your ears. Make sure your eyes are following your hands all the way up as well. We want to see a 10-second hold. Some common mistakes that people make while doing this is they bend their knees. This will cause too much extension in your lower back. We want this to be a gentle, slight extension. Also, make sure you're not holding your breath. Make sure you're breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth nice and evenly. After you're done with your 10-second hold, you'll walk to the door and turn around and face opposite the anchors. You'll recenter your left foot underneath you and put your right foot in the band. You'll be set up then for your hamstring stretch. To get set up for the hamstring stretch, you'll put your left foot directly underneath your body and place your right heel into the band. Pick something about 10 feet in front of you to focus on. Also, bring your hands behind green. You can then use your hands to press out on the straps if you want a bigger stretch. Then you'll slide your heel down and out until you feel a good stretch in the back of your right leg. We'll hold on the right side for 10 seconds. If you start to feel unbalanced, make sure you bend your knee first, Get reset, take a deep breath, and then try again. After you're done on your right side, we'll switch to the left for a 10-second hold as well. Make sure you're keeping your hips centered and you're not swishing from side to side. We want you to stay in good alignment. After you're done with the 10-second hold on the left, you'll either go back for round 2 of the T-spine twist, or you'll walk out and place the band at your hips to get set up for round 1 of training, the standing Superman holds. In preparation phase, we focused on creating space in the back of the leg and improving flexibility of the spine. In this training section, we will focus on activating certain muscle groups. Our goal is to learn how to properly activate these muscles while maintaining proper alignment through the motion. In this sequence, we will use the standing Superman hold in order to learn how to activate our spinal extensor muscles to aid in upright posture. And second, we will use the bridge to learn how to contract our butt muscles to aid in the support of the lumbar spine. We will first start with the standing Superman hold for 10 seconds. To get set up for the Superman reach, you'll place the band around your hips. Feet will be hips width apart and you'll come into your primal lean, which means your ears, shoulders, hips, knees, and ankles will all be in one diagonal line. From here, make sure you keep your abs nice and tight and your butt squeezed. If not, it will cause your back to bow. We want to keep you in nice, good alignment. From here, you'll reach your right arm up and hold for 10 seconds. After a 10-second hold, you'll bring your arm down to your side. If you need to take a quick break, bring your feet underneath you, take a breath, and then switch to your left side. You'll hold there for 10 seconds as well. This kind of feels like you're reaching up to get a cup off of a high shelf. When you're in this long diagonal line, make sure you're keeping your abs in nice and tight. You're making your body into a longer lever arm, so things need to stay nice and strong. After you're done with your second 10-second hold, you'll come out of the band and lay on the ground. Scooch forward until your heels can stay in the band. Your knees will be straight, and now you'll be set up to start your bridging. To set up for the bridge, you'll lay flat on your back with your heels in the band and your knees straight. Your heels will be about a hip's width apart. You'll squeeze your butt and keep your abs in nice and tight. When you're laying on the floor, when you squeeze your abs, try to think about your back flattening against the floor. That'll be your starting position. From here, you'll lift your butt up off the floor, pause, hold for 10 seconds, and then you'll return to start. Make sure you're breathing at an even pace, no holding of the breath. It sort of feels like you're trying to lift your butt away from something that's hot. If you start to feel strain in your lower back down to the floor, reset your abs, flatten your back against the floor, then squeeze your butt and lift again. If it helps, don't raise up as high, just a little bit. After you finish with your 10-second hold, you'll either stand back up and get ready for your Superman holds again, or you'll bring your feet out of the band, turn over onto your stomach, and place your hands just outside your shoulders, and you'll be set up for the COBRA pose. The purpose of restoration is to cool down and to give the muscles you worked a chance to relax. Second, to improve spinal extension, flexibility, and finally, to help give gravity a chance to help take some tension off your sciatic nerve. In this sequence, we will use a COBRA pose to help improve spinal extension flexibility and to help gently push our discs back into place. And finally, a prone lay to help promote relaxation and to help put our body in good spinal alignment. We will begin with the COBRA pose for 10 seconds. To set up for your COBRA pose, you'll lay flat on your belly and place your forearms flat on the floor. From here, squeeze your butt and you'll lift your chest up off the floor, keeping your gaze about 10 feet in front of you. You'll hold this for 10 seconds. If this feels a little too much for you, you can always lower your chest down to the floor just a little bit more. Find the level that's comfortable for you. Also, make sure, very important, to keep squeezing your butt through the whole entire 10 seconds to help protect your lower back. After your 10 seconds is up, you'll move on to the prone lay for 30 seconds. Here, you'll cross your hands over each other and then just rest your forehead flat on your hands. Breathe deeply and relax. To get setting up for laying prone, you'll lay flat on your belly and cross your hands one on top of the other. Then you'll rest your forehead right directly on top of your hands. Breathe deeply for 30 seconds. If laying flat on the floor is too much for you, you can always fold up a towel or a blanket and place it underneath your hips. After the first week, we'd like you to try to completely take away that towel and lay flat again. After 30 seconds is up, sit on up and take a deep breath. Avoid bending forward so that you're not reversing the action that we just did of helping push the discs back into place. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. With the restoration complete, take this time to move side to side and walk around and see if your posture feels any different from when you started today. Also, take a quick check to see if that nerve pain that was shooting down your leg has moved up towards the center of your lower back at all. Over the course of the next week, make sure you're aware of your spine as you bend forward in everyday activities. Make sure that you contract your abdominals tight, keep your back flat, and hinge at your hips as you reach forward towards the ground. Avoid bending your spine too much, and make sure you're not becoming lazy in your movements. If you find the nerve pain shooting down through your leg, take some time throughout the day to get down on the floor and perform COBRA pose for 10 seconds, followed by prone lay for 30 seconds, and repeat that 3 times in a row. Our emphasis today on static holds and flexibility is priming your lumbar spine and your hips for the next level of training. And it's also reducing the stress and strain from bad posture and improper lifting techniques. In the next part of this series, we will continue to focus and use the things we learned in today's session to maintain alignment as we access new ranges in your motion during exercise. Remember, you can return to any part of this series at any time you need. The focal points continue to matter regardless of what form of exercise you're using, whether it be in the Primal 7 unit and anywhere else. Great job today, and I'll see you next week.